All right. Hey guys, good to see you. I hope you guys are doing well.
Good morning.
Yeah, we're ready for a good radio show today. We've kind of started it already, and we're going to be talking a lot about looking at energy and libido, and really diving into that, throughout this radio show. I am going to do a little bit more of a men's focus on this show, mainly because we're about to launch our men's group again. I've been doing this for a while now. Our men's group is where I get a chance to pour into a group of men and really help them change their health over the course of about 7 to 8 weeks. And so, our last group that we did was a major success. We had 2 people fully reverse their diabetes. Yes. In that 7 to 8 week span, which, you talk to a lot of doctors, they say, oh, you can't do that. You can, and you can see those things happen, and we got to do that. We got to see the blood work to make it happen, and got to see those results. But anyway, so it's gonna be our men's group, and so those of you that are joining now live on Facebook, if you're a man that's ready to take your health to the next level, and you want to learn, literally how to go from point A of feeling kind of sick and tired and worn down and low libido, low energy levels, to point Z, where you are a new man, you feel like you did back in your 20s and 30s, by getting yourself metabolically healthy, then this is for you. This is what it's going to be. And so the way that you can get registered for that, you can actually find out more information on our website, DRswarren.com, DRSWARREN.com. And you can also give Mary Beth a call. That number is 423-362-5360. And what that'll do is she'll set you up with a call with me, about a 10-minute call. It's free. It's so that I can make sure that you're a good fit for it. I like to do that because I want you to get the most out of it. And what I've found is that there are some people that kind of want to make health changes, but they're not quite ready to do what it takes to make those health changes. And guess what? I don't want you to do it if that's you, right? You're not ready for that. You may be ready to more go on our website, learn some of the basics, learn some of the beginnings, and get moving in your health that way. I want people who are really committed. I want men who are saying, hey, you know what? I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired. I'm tired of taking all these medications. I'm tired of relying on testosterone injections. I'm tired of taking cholesterol medications and high blood pressure medications and feeling like a shell of myself. That's who we want to do this program, because again, that's who's going to see the biggest changes. So again, that number is 423-362-5360, and Mary Beth will set you up with a free 10-minute call with us to get going. All right, so stay tuned live and share it too. Share this information if you enjoy it.
Welcome back, guys. This is the Wellness Radio, and we're talking all things men's health. I actually really like talking about this.
Yeah.
Because I feel like with women, I don't want to make generalizations here, but let's be honest. A lot of you men are struggling. You don't realize you're struggling.
Yeah.
You just feel like you're getting old and life sucks, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so I like that there's a lot of men that you've helped that it's like they come alive. There's just all this clarity where they're like, whoa, like I can do more. I can lose weight. I can feel energized. I can have drive. I can feel like I want to go after things.
Yeah, well, I was going to say, those women that are listening on Facebook Live and on the radio, they may be like, oh, they're talking about men. This show isn't for me. No. This show is exactly for you. Because, again, as you know, like, let's be honest, we've always used the statement, I've always said the statement as a joke, like, happy wife, happy life. Really, it really goes the opposite way, because you men that are out there, we're more emotional in different ways than what people say. So
you're admitting that.
only once, and nobody share this video, okay? I don't want anybody to call me out on it. But it's here's the thing. I want you guys, if you are a woman, if you are a wife, like, this is something for your husband, right? So listen to the show. You're going to learn a lot, not only today, but then you're also going to find out, that there's going to be a way that we can actually start to work on, on his health, right? And actually move him in a direction that is going to help increase energy, libido, things that actually affect you, mood, right? And the way that he thinks on a regular basis, and just rediscovering, his passion and his fire for life. I can speak personally and definitely know that there has been, especially a big chunk, especially since I've been practicing, there was a big chunk of time a couple years back where I literally felt like that, right? I felt lack of energy, fatigue. I literally needed a nap in the middle of the day just to get me through. Libido was down, energy was down, just like my kind of fire for life was down, right? And really having to say, hey, you know what? There's certain things I need to work on with my health in order to move myself in that right direction. And guess what? I wasn't really the one that came up with that idea. It was Dr. Rebecca that had to kind of say, hey, you know what? I've noticed you're not quite yourself lately. Like I'm a little concerned for you with how you're feeling, how you're acting, how your mood is, how you able to interact with your world. It's just not where you used to be. And so it was because of her, that I was able to start, diving into what was really wrong and what I needed to work on. And guess what? I'm not in no way perfect. I still have those times where, like everybody else, where you feel like just like a little bit of lack of energy, fatigue, because I have a 3-year-old and a 4.5-year-old. So I'm not saying you're going to be perfect, but I feel 1,000 times better than I did then, right? And I'm able to, actually have those energy levels even when I come home from the office, and enjoy my family and enjoy my job and enjoy those things. So I really do believe that this, this men's reset that we're going to be doing, it's going to be big. And it was, it's been big every single time, with seeing real individuals actually change their life and their health.
Yeah, and so I feel like there's this idea that the problems that you have going on, again, I just keep hearing from men, like, I'm getting older. It doesn't matter. They're 35 and they're like, well, it's because my doctor says I'm getting older. Or like, they could be 40. It's because my doctor's saying I'm getting older. And there's a lot of preventable things that are happening to men, and they feel it and they sense it, but they just kind of write it off as something. And so not recently, this is someone who's been with us for a couple years now, who came in, prostate numbers at what, like 16 the first time?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Okay. So his number was 16, and he was like, well, I feel like I eat healthy. I feel like I do this. And we're like, if your prostate numbers are going high.
And they were consistently going up.
Yeah, he had a few, like, every couple of weeks, right? He had different labs, so it went from like 12 to 15 to 16, and so we knew it was going to keep on getting high. So at that point he was desperate. He came into the office and he was like, okay, like, I want to take care of this. You put him on a supplementation plan, and it's not just like, guys, you got testosterone issue, it's not just eat more spinach, okay? Like, there's a real big imbalance there. If your prostate numbers are rising, there's a real serious thing that needs to be addressed there. So we put him on a very intensive supplement plan. And I remember him saying, I don't know. My wife was reading this about this supplement, and we were like, no, you've got to eat this way for yourself. Yeah. You got to supplement with this. You have to do this. And he went from a 16 to a 12 to a 9, and it's continuing to go down. Yep. Is it when your body has symptoms, when your testosterone goes down, when your PSA numbers go up, it's your body communicating with you that there's something that needs to be corrected. It's not your body telling you that it's a broken down old machine. Right. It's telling you that it needs to be taken care of. There's a lot of you guys out there that are struggling with knee pain. That's another common thing we see. We have men in the office that are like, well, as my doctor says, it's getting old. My right knee is completely worn out. And then what do we ask them? Okay, so if it's because you're getting old, how old is your right knee? Yeah. Well, my right knee is 60. I'm 60. Yeah. Well, how old is your left knee? 62. Your knees are the same age.
It was like Anthony, right? So one of our patients, when he started under care with his wife, he had just retired. Like this was a couple years ago, and his doctor had already been telling him for like the past 10 years that he was going to have to get a knee replacement. So you're going to have to get a knee replacement. You're going to have to. This is just the way it is. It's almost bone on bone. And it was so funny because when they came in, it was mainly because their daughter-in-law and their family were under care, and they're like, I don't really know why I'm here. I just want to, I guess I just want to be, somewhat healthy and healthier than I am now. And it was funny because we started working with him, and the first thing that he noticed is that his knee started to feel better, right? It started to feel better and better. And this wasn't like an ACL injury or like, he didn't tear any ligaments. This was just cartilage, right? Lack of cartilage, bone on bone. And so, it was because we started getting his hips going. I was working on his knee, getting good movement in there. He started to make some lifestyle changes.
Inflammation went down.
Yeah. And it's been 2 years, right? And he's had those fluctuations of I'm doing really good with my health, and then boom, bottoming out. Like I haven't eaten anything healthy in months. But the one consistent thing is his knee still doesn't hurt, and he still can't believe it that he's not going to have to get a knee replacement for it.
Well, guys, we got to go on break. But if you're just tuning in, if you're listening to this, we're talking about men's health. So we are gonna talk about a little bit more about what we do. But Dr. Nathan has his men's reset. His men's health reset program.
Yep.
Is that what it's called?
Yep. Men's metabolic reset.
There you go. Men's metabolic reset. You always have a name. Like it's a cool
you gotta
name.
have a name.
You always have a cool name. So men's metabolic reset. I like it. Okay. So this men's metabolic reset, it's a 7-week program where he takes 10 men from start to finish to reach their health goals. Is that possible? Well, your last one, we saw a combined like 60, 70 pounds lost. 2 people reversed their diabetes. Increased energy,
lots of blood pressure medication that they came off of. We got to see one of my men that was in there, lifelong sufferer of psoriasis, that for the first time actually seen major improvements on his skin and his joints. So we got to see a lot of really cool stuff. And what was interesting, it was so good. That's why I was saying 7 to 8 weeks. Because Mary Beth knew it was so good last time. Like, I couldn't stop. Like, we did an extra, couple bonus weeks because it was so much fun, man. They were doing really well. Yeah.
We'll have to have them on the next radio show. We'll have to have someone on from your group to talk about that. But what we're doing is you can't just sign up for the program because we need to make sure that you're a great fit. We want to make sure that we are reaching your health goals. So you actually get to set up for a free consult with Dr. Nathan. It's a 10 to 15 minute consult. Don't worry, we'll make sure he does not talk to you for an hour, which can happen. But it's a free consult with Dr. Nathan to talk about what you have going on with your health, what your health goals are, like where you're at, where you would like to be, and to make sure you're a good fit for this men's metabolic reset program because there are only 10 spots. How do you sign up for that free call with Dr. Nathan? Give Mary Beth a call right now, 423-362-5360. Again, that's 423-362-5360, or go on to our website at doctorswarren.com. You can read more about the program on there. There should be a link there that says Men's Metabolic Reset. There's a page that you can read about it, and you can sign up to get on a call with Dr. Nathan. So that's doctorswarren.com, or giving us a call at the office at 423-362-5360. This is Wellness Radio, and we'll see you right after the break.
All right, guys. So I did see on here, I saw Katie on here, and she has a beautiful new little baby girl that I got to, I don't know.
Wait, she brought the baby in already?
Yeah.
Katie,
if you didn't, I'm sorry. I didn't know if you didn't announce it. Maybe I shouldn't have said that.
She didn't know what it was going to be.
But anyway, beautiful. Her, just absolutely beautiful. So I did not take a picture.
Because you were only there.
But absolutely beautiful.
I'll tell you what, though. Someone was asking that I'm not going to say who, because usually you need to make sure that people know that they've shared it, right? Yeah. I'm sure that she's not sharing the video. Don't beat me up next time you see me. Anyways, but someone just commented about do you guys do house calls after we have babies, or I want to talk to you about getting my baby checked after the baby came, and I was like, oh my God, how many babies have we checked during the pandemic? How so many babies have come into our office, and why do people get their babies checked?
Yeah.
Why?
Because they want their life to start off as best as it possibly can at the very beginning. Right?
Yeah, it's
nervous system balance at the very, very beginning of life, which is super cool because we find that there's a lot of parents that they're more willing to get their babies checked and adjusted, right, than themselves. They're like, let's work on my kids first. And I'm like, that's fine. That's great. I would much rather take care of your kids than you.
You
right?
used to tell that to people, and I'd be like, that sounds so mean. You would stand in front of a group of people and be like, I would rather take care of your kids than you. Like, but only because children nowadays, this new generation, like you want to talk about hormone issues, they're being born with so much toxicity and a big stress burden. I just spoke with a young woman yesterday, 24 years old, started having hormone issues at 20. It was, on the outside, it was small things like hair growth where she didn't want it. Yeah. But we did her test, her Dutch test, her hormone test. And we're talking about hormones. She was a ticking time bomb.
Yeah, right.
And studies are saying that the issue she was having, which is an excess of testosterone in the body, starts in utero. Yeah. Starts because the mom had an insulin blood sugar issue or because the mom was overly stressed while pregnant.
Makes sense. Yeah, I mean, again, it's epigenetics, right? Like your environment influences genetic expression, and it influences, the way that you express health, really, just in general. And I think it even goes even further than that from the standpoint of with kids, it's instilling a different type of mindset, right? Like it's an education in how amazing the body really is and how the body is designed to heal from the very beginning, rather than them getting whatever kind of crap that our society likes to pump into them, that the only way that they can get healthy is by getting injected or getting, a medication. And I like for kids to realize that's not health at all. Right? Now, could something like a medication save your life? Yeah. And you know what? All the kids in our office, they know that. Like, they're more educated than most adults because they realize, medication could save my life if I needed it. But they also realize that their health is taken care of every time they put food in their mouth. Their health is taken care of every time they run around outside, in the sunshine. Their health is taken care of when they come in and they get adjusted and we work on their nervous system balance. And so it's really just instilling an idea of how amazing the body is and how the body works from a health perspective. That's the main reason why I like to work on kids, because that's how you change generations. And trust me, the way that we're trying to work on it, there's just as many people out there that are trying to work on it in the opposite way, right? Like I saw the other day, like flipping Sesame Street, talking to kids about like the Great Reset and how, playing on video is so much better than playing outside. That's called bullcrap,
Wait,
right? Oh yeah, Sesame Street did that. Grover, the Great Grover, educated children on the Great Reset and why we need to completely change.
Reset?
Oh, you just wait. And really educating people on, like, these kids that it's better to play on video so that you don't hurt other kids. And that it's better to do that. And again, it's the ideology thing. I want to train kids that their body's healthy. It's designed to heal from the very beginning. That's a rant for you guys. All right, guys, welcome back to Wellness Radio. Sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead.
This is Dr. Warren.
We didn't know who was going to do the intro. Listen, guys,
we've only been doing this for a few years.
Yeah, right? For a few years. But it is a God thing that we can even be married and work together. But we, like, most of the time, we can sense each other. That time we didn't sense very well. Usually I'm like, okay, he's going to do it.
I think it's because I surprised you with my rant there.
He was ranting.
Guys. I just ruined her childhood dreams of Sesame Street.
I love Sesame. Anyways, you guys, we are live on Facebook. We have a Facebook page, Dr. Warren, so we do commentary in between. And 9 times out of 10, Dr. Nathan's commentary is a rant about something. So if you like to hear him rant, which apparently a lot of you guys love to hear Dr. Nathan rant. Like, sometimes, like, when I'm not on the show, he'll, like, rant, and we get these emails from people, that was awesome! And I'm like, really? I was like, oh my gosh, are you going to talk about something? But anyway, so this is the Wellness Radio. I usually say, if this is your first time listening, but a lot of you guys are usually listening to us a really long time. So if you're a man that has been listening to us for a really long time, get into his men's metabolic reset, guys. We're really excited about this. We don't do a lot of outside events. Usually it's inside because we really, really pour into our practice members, but we have so much great information and we want to spread this out into our viewership and our listening. But if this is your first time tuning in, we are Doctors Warren. You can find out more about us on doctorswarren.com, on Facebook at Doctors Warren. We have a physical center, a clinic located in Hamilton Place area, right across from the YMCA next to the Home Depot. But we do virtual health coaching all over the U.S. And so we are talking about men's health because you have a men's metabolic reset coming up. We haven't picked the date yet. We're going to first solidify our 10 spots. You only have 10 spots to coach men. It will be in office because there's something about having community with people that are doing the same amazing things you are. And so this isn't our first time doing it. Last time, blood sugar reversal, blood pressure, weight loss, with skin issues.
Psoriasis,
yeah, so if you want to know more information about it, the way to sign up for it is you have to do a consult with Dr. Nathan first. That's right, a free consult, guys. You can either give Mary Beth a call at 423-362-5360 or check it out on doctorswarren.com. We do have a link there. You can read more about the program and sign up to get on a call. Now, I'm going to let you talk about this because the last time, once I bring up this topic, you're going to know why I'm suggesting you do it, because the last time I brought it up, you almost literally choked because of how I worded it. But let's talk about a serious issue.
Okay.
A serious
I'm a little
issue
nervous. I don't know.
that is being downplayed. The little blue pill.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
For sure.
If you are needing the little blue pill, if you're needing Viagra, this isn't just about your sex life. I mean, that is a ticking time bomb for a heart issue.
Yep.
Heart attack. Ticking time bomb for a heart attack.
Yeah, it's in the heart, right? The problem is in circulation. It's in the heart. What's interesting? Do you remember we were talking with some people at General Motors, right? That are was over the plant there in Spring Hill, and
we're talking to the woman that runs the whole entire plant.
Yeah.
We're talking about their health program.
Yeah, and this is what it equated to. Just for the money spent on medication, treatments, and finding out and diagnosing, the issue of erectile dysfunction, it equated to, listen to this, $1,300 per car that the consumer buys. Yes. So that means you, right, as a consumer. And it's not just, General Motors. This is, every car company. This is every major corporation. This is, the iPads that you buy. This is the, everything that you get. But in this situation, $1,300 for the consumer to pay because of an issue with erectile dysfunction. And again...
Oh, just erectile dysfunction.
That. This is not including cancer. It's not including diabetes. When I started thinking about that, I'm like, man, cars should be $10, right? When you're done with it all. $1,300, because of, just an issue with this.
But it just gets me so upset because I hear the commercials even on our radio station. I see it on TV. Erectile dysfunction is a blood flow issue. A blood flow issue is a heart issue.
Yep.
And in a place where we are just throwing statins at people and throwing Viagra at heart issues,
yep,
it is ticking time bombs. Guys, according to the CDC, every 35 seconds, someone is having I think it's dying from a heart attack. Every 35 seconds, because it's 650,000 people a year that are dying from a heart attack. Of those 650,000, they said about 200,000 are repeat heart attacks.
Oh, wow.
Meaning that what we say is going to help with that. So
I guarantee you they're on blood pressure medication,
beta blockers,
couple statins, beta blockers,
aspirin,
all kinds. Yep. Oh, yeah.
Listen,
and they're still having their heart attacks.
So at your core, an essential thing to being a male, you want to have that connection, you want to be able to be intimate, is telling you that something is wrong with your heart.
Yeah.
And you can take something for it and ignore it, but that's a big red flag that something is wrong.
Huge.
And when you start working on your heart health, like when you start working on it the right way, you guys are doing it, you guys are given the wrong information. It is not low fat.
Yep.
I mean, whew, they've been, all right, there's already been exposés. We talk about it every other show about the sugar industry. New England Journal of Medicine talked about how the sugar industry paid off scientists to say it wasn't sugar, to say it was fat. You guys are doing low fat. You guys feel like you might be doing the right things while still creating disease in your body. And that's why we do what we do. That's why you're doing this metabolic reset program, because you're like, wait a minute. First of all, you love it.
Yeah. Oh, it's so much fun.
Maribeth will kill you if you give him more sessions. Like last time, it's true.
It was so much fun, though. I mean, it's fun because you get to see in the course of these weeks. Number one, you get to see men that like a lot of them. They come in at first and they're a little bit like, oh, okay, I don't know, what am I doing here, you know? And then you get to see like their shell kind of fall off as we go. And then you get to see all this energy come back, life come back, vitality, excitement. All of these things get to happen, and that's fun, right? That's fun. And then here's what I also saw. I saw my last men's group, like they got a boxer like group going. I mean, they were sending pictures. They were talking, you know, encouraging each other. Like they were literally doing it together, and still, like, even post this, like they're still, you know, talking to each other and encouraging each other, and their momentum is still going because they learned lifestyle changes, which is really, really cool. And I was gonna say too, you know, you were talking about like the heart and erectile dysfunction. I had a patient like almost 2 years ago whose cholesterol numbers, because he'd been on statins, were like perfect, and his doctor was like, oh, this is so good, but he started getting swelling in his ankles. He was having erectile dysfunction issues. So I told him that he needed to go see a specialist, a cardiologist, and get a calcium score, you know, test done. And it was abysmal. It was abysmal. And I told him, you need to make sure you go back to your general, exactly. You need to make sure you go back to your general practitioner and show him that you can have the lowest flipping cholesterol ever and still have a damaged heart, because that is not a solution. And because I saw the red flags, that's why he started to actually find out what the root cause was.
Absolutely. So guys, we got to go on break, but if you're interested for yourself, for your husband, your dad, your brother, whatever it may be, if you are interested in the men's metabolic reset, you can't just sign up. You have to do a consult with Dr. Nathan to make sure you're a good fit.
It's free.
Because we only have, it's free. It's only 10. We only have 10 spots. You have 10 spots for that program. And so you schedule a call with Dr. Nathan. It's a free consult. You can schedule that with Maribeth right now. That number is 423-362-5360. Again, that's 423-362-5360. Or go to our website at DRSWarren, DRSWARREN.com, and you'll see a link there for the men's metabolic reset. You can read more about it, and you should be able to sign up there to request a time to talk with Dr. Nathan. And then after talking with you, he'll decide if this is a good fit for you, and you get more details about the program. This is Wellness Radio. We'll see you right after the break. You know, I had that too with the calcium. We were just talking about this calcium scan, which is a really good way.
It's gold standard.
It's the gold standard. It's a really great way to see kind of like your risks of a heart attack. But there was, who was it? I'm trying to remember, because I had a conversation with them about it too. It was one of our male practice members, and he decided to come off cholesterol for like, it'd only been like 30 days or 30 days he'd been off cholesterol, but his blood sugar used to be out of control, and then it was under control, and I suggested the calcium scan, and the doctor did it. And so he was at, I think it was like at a 400. I think you got to keep it under a 200 or 100 or something. And so, I mean, he was at a high risk state, and he gave me the report, and I looked at it with him, and I go, how long have you been on statin medications? And he was like, 10 years. I go, so how long do you think it takes to create a score this high? How long do you think it takes to have cholesterol a problem? How long? Do you think it's just 30 days? And he's like, no, probably years. Probably years. For years, you were on this statin medication, and your calcium index score was, the scan is high.
Oh, yeah.
So that's just not it. We're just throwing more. I guess like you'd think like we're prescribing a lot of statin medications. Heart disease is still the number one. It's been the number one since, who was it that had a heart attack in his presidency?
Oh, I always forget. Man, I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, anyways, yeah. So one of the presidents had a heart attack.
Is it Roosevelt?
I want to say Roosevelt. Did he have one?
I don't know.
We'll have to look it up. Don't quote us on that.
Yeah,
we're not
great
trying to spread fake news here. It may have been Roosevelt. I just can't remember.
It was a big deal though, because that's that's what sparked the whole insight
what's
into
the scientist, or not the scientist, the doctor that spread all the wrong information. We hear it all the time in our office.
Well, we know that Ansel Keys was a major part of that. Dr. Kellogg, his brother, was a major part of that.
Kellogg's cereal.
Yeah, big time. That's a great way to take care of your heart, right? Big bowl of cornflakes in the morning. Maybe at the beginning it might have been okay. I don't know, but now it's absolutely gross. But
a bummer.
Yeah, bottom line is it's these statin medications. I always love when I hear, well, thank God they're saving so many lives, that even though it's still the number one cause of death, right, disease death in the United States, but no, we'd have so much more if we didn't have statins. Oh, really? But yeah, heart disease has continued to rise. It hasn't gone down. Maybe it's that statins are ineffective or possibly dangerous and harmful. Go figure. Here's the other thing why it's so important and why I talk about statins is because you want to talk about the number one, just tanking of testosterone, take a statin medication. If you want to tank your testosterone, take a statin drug. You will tank your testosterone. You'll be like, yeah, my testosterone is low. At the same time, I can't have sex with my wife anymore. Or at the same time, I can't, exercise, or I can't lift weights anymore. Those type of things. That is what happens when you tank your testosterone, and statin drugs are a major, major cause of that thing. And what's wild is, I don't ever tell people to get on medications or to get off medications.
Because we don't prescribe medication.
I will tell you this, life only gets better when you do get off the statin medication. So, it gets better. It doesn't, they're like, oh man, my pain in my legs are gone. Those type of things. They get to see immediate improvement. It's not really like a anti-anxiety or depression drug where those things have rebound effects. They have those type of things. It's like taking off a veil that's been guarding your life. I think those drugs are absolutely insane, really, at the most. So you guys know how I feel about that. So we're about to go live again. Again, guys, as you're listening to this, if you're a man and you want some help, listen, we'll tell you how to register for my men's metabolic reset.
Welcome back to the Wellness Radio. This is Dr. Rebecca Warren. I thought you were going to do the intro. We're really off today. We're really off. But, guys, this is the Wellness Radio. We have Dr. Warren. We have been talking about, listen, this whole show has just been talking about our men's metabolic reset because we're really excited about it. And we don't do a lot of programs like this. And, I'm excited about it. Dr. Nathan's, really excited about it. This is what he loves to do, just connect with a lot of you guys out there that want to reach some health goals, and you live for men that have freedom when it comes to their health and achieving their goals and just feeling better in this freaking world, right? So go ahead and take it over.
Well, and not having to rely on anybody, right? At the core of it, isn't that one of the main things that we want with our health, is not having to rely on somebody else to either save your life or to keep you healthy. You shouldn't have to rely on anybody but you, right? What is it, the one of the founding I think it was Thomas Jefferson that made his kind of primary thing that he liked to use as freedom was the picture of a farmer, right? Because a farmer could take care of himself. He didn't have to rely on anybody else to take care of him. And that was the idea of freedom, is that you don't have to rely on anybody else to take care of you. But many of the men that are listening to our radio show or that are on here on Facebook Live, you guys are having to rely on your doctor to write a script every single time you go in there. You're having to rely on that testosterone injection just to be able to make love to your wife. You're having to rely on other people to take care of your health rather than learning the steps that it takes to take care of yourself. And that is really what I want more than anything. I want the men that are that is in this group and many groups to come after this and the groups that came before to realize that freedom, to understand the power of health freedom, and how when you're taking care of yourself and you know the steps that it takes to do that, how empowering that is, right? And then you can get a chance to share that with your family over time. You have no idea how influential like a father's, grandfather, just that of you knowing how to make these actionable changes, like how much that impacts your son and your daughter and your kids and your grandkids has a huge impact on that. So if you wanted more information, give Mary Beth a call, 423-362-5360. What she's going to do, she's going to schedule you with a free consult with me, about 10 to 15 minutes, and I'm going to be able to find out if you're a good candidate for this, because I want it to fit for you just like I want it to fit for me. And so again, that number is 423-362-5360, and come and join our Men's Metabolic Reset. Guys, I enjoyed this show. I can't wait to see you in there. Give her a call. Go check us out on doctorswarren.com, and we will see you guys next week.
Wellness Radio is presented for informational purposes.
All right, guys. So on Facebook Live, right? I just wanted to kind of do this, to kind of wrap things up today. We talked a little bit about, PSA number. We mentioned a little bit about testosterone. We talked a little bit about heart disease. Those are going to be some of the main things that really affect men. And so in my Men's Metabolic Reset, guess what? I'm going to be tailoring a lot of the information to, right? We're going to be talking about those subjects within taking care of your health. So yes, that means that when we're talking about, how to work on your diet and how to work on nutrition, we're going to be going over how to work on your nutrition to improve things like your testosterone levels, how to work on your nutrition to start reversing heart disease, like how to, what is supplementation to start actually helping you to get rid of excess estrogen in the body. Like these are the topics that I go over in our Men's Metabolic Reset. So the whole purpose of it, again, as I just explained, is to provide freedom, health freedom, where you as a man can take care of your health and you don't have to rely on anybody or any drug or anything to take care of your health except for you and the knowledge that you have up here and the lifestyles that we have, available, for you. So again, if you want to register for that, give Mary Beth a call, 423-362-5360. I would love to see some of you guys there. I know some of you that are listening on Facebook Live have already done my Men's, Metabolic Reset, which is super exciting. But those of you that haven't, I can't wait to see you there. 423-362-5360. If you have a husband or if you have, a grandfather, talk to them. Get them engaged. Tell them to listen to our radio show. Tell them to go check out our website. Listen to some of our past radio shows. I had many people this week go back and listen to our one from last week about metabolic health.
Yeah,
and they loved it. So again, get them involved there. And that way maybe they get to know us a little bit before they decide, hey, I'm going to jump in and do this Men's Metabolic Reset. So again, guys, thank you for tuning in. I hope you guys have an absolute wonderful weekend. Enjoy your family. And if you're like us here in Chattanooga, enjoy the sunshine and enjoy the fall. We love you guys as always, and we will see you soon.